Hey everybody, this is Karen Grosz with Canvas Creek Coaching and Team Building, here doing another interview for the Chamber's People and Profit series. And I'm here with Julie Seedhouse and Mark Dawson from Century 21 Realty. How are you guys today?
Good morning. Great.
So good. Hi, Karen.
Hi. You guys, I would love to know what makes you the best realty company in Billings. Why should people choose you when they're buying a home or listing a home?
Great question. We really highly prioritize hiring the best people we can and making every decision with those people in mind. And, I guess real estate is relationships with money involved, and we're professional communicators and we value that heavily and just try to do the best job we can for each client. We have 70 different agents here and people of all different demographics, backgrounds, and levels of goals that they want for their business. Somebody who does, like Julie, just a ton of business is important to us. And somebody who has 4 little kids at home and does 2 transactions a year, but does a good job for those clients. We love and appreciate those people too, because that's what it's all about. We don't talk a lot about how much business we do, but we do emphasize, hey, look at this. We got a client service review that they were really happy, and here's why, and here's what we can learn. So those are our priorities.
I think too, we really, really focus on training. And it's so important that our agents know what they're doing and that we support each other in that. Because real estate's a big deal. It's a huge transaction in people's lives. And we want to make sure that whoever is helping them with that transaction not only knows what they're doing, but has really, really good support in the background too.
Right. It's changed so much and it's gotten more complex. When I started back in the early 90s, the buy-sell was 1 page long, and now it's 14 pages and all kinds of auxiliary documents. And they're in the English language, as you'd expect, but the intricacies and the ramifications of what they say mean, that can get lost on people sometimes. So,
wow, that is amazing. 14 pages. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad people have you. And I coach a lot of sales teams, and everybody is always about relationships. It's about the relationship, but really nobody has ever said to me it's a relationship with money involved. And that adds such another component to it, but it's so true. And I'm glad that you respect people with those decisions. So tell me, as we have gone through all of the changes and the shutdown and everything that's been happening in early 2020, what are you doing to take care of your people? What does that look like now in real estate?
That's a great question. Fortunately, we're past, for how it has affected us, we're past the most impactful part. But for quite a while, everyone was at home, and we did a lot of conferencing this way with our meetings, and tried to do. We're really fortunate. Our general manager here is a very fun-loving, charismatic person. She would host bingo 3 or 4 times a week, and people would be in their homes playing bingo and making comments online. So things like that to have some interaction and add some levity. And then, of course, we'd be foolish not to follow all the safety guidelines. And of course we did. What we were surprised with is people were, I think, online shopping for homes a lot because they had more time on their hands and they were sitting around their homes, maybe looking around thinking this room's too small.
Right.
So that's been interesting. We thought the market would slow down, and it's been the opposite.
That is excellent. And what do you find now that clients are looking for when they are buying a house? Is there something that they're looking for? Or is there something that really stands out? If I was going to sell a house, I really need to know this right now.
I honestly haven't noticed any difference in what folks are looking for.
Not really. I feel people are more motivated right now to make a change that they maybe have been thinking about for a long time, because the interest rates are so good. So they can, kind of improve their situation, whether that means upsizing or downsizing, and get a really good deal on the money that they're borrowing. So I just think the motivation has increased.
Right.
Excellent. That is great. So one of the things that we talk about in this series is staying profitable during this time. Are there tips that you can give other businesses out there, other chamber members, about increasing profitability or just staying profitable right now? What's important to you guys?
Gosh, Karen, I'd rather hear a tip from all of them. The word essential came up so much, right? What businesses are essential. And my selfish perspective, gosh, it's essential to me because I need to make a living, and these people who work here need to be supported and make a living as well. And so, but that is I had one word to look at, I would say, what really matters here. and, you know, what do we need? What do we not need? And all of that. And so, yeah, we were ready to make different cuts and compromises and that type of thing. And we're just so happy that we haven't really had to.
Yeah. I think too, for employers, it's easy when you are working from home and you're isolated a little bit and you're not seeing each other on a daily basis to kind of forget about the necessary engagement and making people feel like they're a part of things and that they're appreciated. And Mark and our staff here have, I think, hit that out of the park during this time, that, you know, just keeping people engaged and creating, you know, like bingo. Who would think that that would be so important to a group of really gregarious, outgoing people who love each other so much? But it was crucial for us to have that time together. You know, just making sure that people aren't being forgotten about working at home and still being efficient, but, you know, make sure they know that they're appreciated and you understand what they're going through.
We had an awards party that we usually do all together, and it's kind of a highlight for people. We recognize each person for their contributions and talk a little bit about them. And so we had to do it virtually this year. And we went around with just an iPhone and videoed it in people's houses. And so, for instance, Julie has a partner in the business, and we did a spoof. We went to her house, and I stood outside the door and said, Julie's a few years older than this person, but she treats her exactly like an equal. And then we opened the door, of course, and the person was in a maid uniform, and Julie was saying her drink was empty and ordering around. So we did things like that to just try to have some laughs, because laughing does unite people.
Yeah. And don't you feel like for a few moments that was something that we were missing? We were missing laughter.
Yes.
Yeah. And when you bring that laughter back, it cements relationships and it helps us to grow. So I'm so glad you were able to do that.
Yes.
Thank you.
I find that when I'm working with teams, that the ones that can laugh with each other are the teams that get the most done.
For sure.
Because you're able to poke fun at the problems and you're able to find solutions faster, because you can throw out the silly ideas and be immature, but really grow through that.
That's a great
excellent
point. When we're laughing, we're at least seeing one thing the same way, right? I mean, at least seeing something the same.
Yeah, I love that line. That is really good. I'm going to write that down, Mark. So what is something that chamber members can do for you? Can we help get the word out? What can we do for you?
Gosh, I guess
that's a great question.
That's awesome, Karen. Maybe just give us a chance. If somebody's thinking of selling their home and they want to interview somebody, give us a call. Or if you have a real estate question, we'd love to try to be helpful.
Excellent. All right, you guys, we very much appreciate your time and everything that you do for the community. I know that your organization is very giving, so thank you very much for that. Is there anything you'd like to say right here at the end before we close?
Gosh, thank you so much.
Yes,
this is really well done. We really
great
appreciate
opportunity.
You. Yeah.
Great, you guys. All right. That's right. So you guys, this again is Karen Grosz with Campus Creek Coaching and Team Building, working with Julie Seedhouse and Mark Dawson from Century 21. And they are great chamber members and valuable members of our community. So please give them a chance. They'd appreciate that. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.